Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how a 1-bit register works. In this example, I'm going to be using the load input and then we're determining the output. For our first output, as we don't know what the load and the input was at time 0, we're just going to put a little question mark in this T1 because we're not sure what came before. Now, when we are looking at the load, we should be asking ourselves, is the load telling us if new data should be written? And then whatever that new data is will be based on what the input is. For example, in this T1, the load is 1, so we're asking ourselves, should new data be written? And the load is saying yes. So if we need to write new data, then we write it based on the input. So for this one, the input is 1. So we're going to draw a line on 1 for T2. Again, because the load has said, yes, new data will be written and the data will be based on input. Then T2, load, we're asking ourselves, should new data be written? And the load is saying no. So that means this will stay at 1 because the load is explicitly saying new data should not be written. Please maintain the output that you had before. We can see that this happens over T2 and T3, so we will continue this over T3 and T4 as a response. Now when we reach T4, the load, we ask, should new data be written? And the load is saying yes, new data should be written. So we look at what the input is telling us, and the input says that the new data that should be written is 0 because that aligns with the new data that is being requested by the load. So we've asked ourselves, should new data be written? The load says yes. So we take the new data that is given to us by the input, which is 0. So now we take this down and then our output is 0. And that is how a 1-bit register works.